What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, you are watching TWA Motorsports, and in today's video I'm going to show you a new purchase or a new addition to the TWA Motorsports fleet. Now look, we recently bought the 53 and I'm absolutely in love with that. I'm just waiting for some better weather to take you guys out for its first drive. It's 10 degrees today. It's why my heater's running. It's why I'm in here starting this video and not outside showing you guys this vehicle. It is outside. I'm gonna take you out there, but I'm trying to warm up a little bit. I just came from out there, and I probably didn't need this thing, but I've been daily driving it, and that is my plan, to drive this thing and just to tinker with it for a while. And eventually I'll probably sell it like I do some of this other stuff. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with what's in the shop. The C10, the flat black 52, the green truck, the 53, Cohen's Corvette, the Trans Am, the 55, the OBS. Guys, I think all those are gonna stick around probably for a very, very long time. So we're eking our way through those projects a little bit, and I thought this was cool. I thought it was cheap. I actually told the guy, I said, look, I'll come look at it this weekend if it's still available. If it's not, I get it, it's not a big deal. If you want to bring it down to me and it's what you say it is, I will buy it. So he actually brought it 40 miles down to me, and I made him an offer and he took it, and now I own it. But it does have a nickname, which will make a little more sense. I never name my cars. It's not something I've ever done. I know a lot of people do that. This one, I've got a nickname for it, and it'll make sense when we go out and take a look at it and actually hear the thing run. But I thought I bought it relatively cheap because it does have an issue. It has a couple issues, but one of which is blatantly obvious and why it has its nickname. Let's go out and take a look at this thing and see what it is, and then we'll come back in and we'll talk about some of my plans, I guess. I'll talk about some of the plans inside of it, but I'll talk about some of my plans that I think it'll be pretty obvious what I'm gonna do to it when you guys see it. But anyway, this is it. It is a 2004 Chevy Tahoe, and it's gold. Guys, look, I think that kills the price on these because a lot of people don't want gold, but I think it's neat because you don't see a lot of them, and I like different. So I thought the gold was kind of cool. Now, I can't stand silver birch. You guys know I had a silver birch GMC Yukon not long, well, I say not long ago, it's probably been a couple of years. I hated that color. I just couldn't do it. This, I think I can live with this. I think the gold's kind of cool. It's different. Like I said, you don't see a lot of it, but it is a 2004. It is two-wheel drive. So I know that the people are thinking, oh, he's gonna lower it, he's gonna lower it. Your dad, I'm gonna lower it. Like I lower everything else, why wouldn't I lower this? That is for sure. But like I told you, it's set under, I'm pretty sure it's set under a tree most of its life. It's got a few hail dents in the hood. Got a dent here, you can see. Look at the top of it. See how gross that is? It's obviously set out and not been washed. So I'm gonna have a buddy of mine, because like I told you, I don't have a ton of time to, especially in this weather, to like freeze and try to clean this thing up, get it to my level of clean. And he's picky like me, so he'll get this thing clean inside and out, and I can just pay him to do that, and then we have a really, really good starting point. I'd like to do something different with the wheels, but anyway, we'll talk a little more about that here in just a minute. Let's look at the inside of this thing. So pretty common on these to have this torn. I'll probably address that at some point. It's not really bothering me right now. However, this is going to break if I don't do something at some point. But it is third row. It's got the, doesn't have captains in the middle, which I don't care about. But it does have the third row seating. So you can see how gross it is. It just needs a good cleanup, guys. My buddy will do a good job. I know he will. Anyway, let's talk about its nickname first, because it's going to be obvious when I start it what the big problem was. Hear those lifters? So I call it the ticking Tahoe because it has a lifter tick. Very common in the GM LS platform. Honestly, pretty common in all the GM stuff nowadays, to be honest, with the DOD. Now, this was a prior to DOD, but lifters go bad. Now, I will tell you that this guy bought this thing with the lifter bad and has been driving it for over 6 months. I got it to the shop the day he brought it down. I changed the oil, which was gross, and I poured some seafoam in it, and it is already quieted up. It was way louder than what it is now. Now, will it completely go away? It's about a 50-50 shot after a couple oil changes and putting some seafoam in, trying to clear out all the debris that's in the motor, because he said that he had an oil pump put in it and there was a bunch of sludge in the bottom of the engine. So chances are it's just not been cared for as far as oil changes and whatnot, and it's just, we may potentially be able to wash out whatever that junk is in that lifter and it work again. Now there again, maybe we won't, but inside it's pretty decent. The seat, obviously you saw, it's got the typical GM headliner. GM cheaped out on these and they didn't wrap it around the edges, and so that's where these things start, and gradually it just all goes bad. So I don't know whether I'll do anything with the headliner. At least that's not high on my priority list. I will tell you, the window tint's peeling off over there. I'm gonna probably have the windows retinted at some point. I will probably, before I take it to my buddy, take all the emblems off, which I'll show you guys. You guys have seen me do that several times. I will probably take that window tint off and at least vacuum it out to give him a decent start. I need to take this. This is not me. You guys know I don't. In fact, let's just do away with that right now. We can't. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, there we go. Inside, the blend door actuator is bad. Only getting heat on this side, only cold on this side, which in this weather you just can't. I mean, it'd be too cold to drive. But I've got a blend door actuator ordered. It should be the one that's in the center back here, so I think I'll have to pull the front seats and maybe the console in order to get to it. On the dash, you can see we got service tire monitor, we've got service StabiliTrak, ABS lights on, traction control lights on. Now, when running codes at work, I found out that the pump is saying that it's bad. The ABS pump, which is under the driver's seat, under the car. Generally the solder breaks in those. It's pretty common in the trucks because the trucks, I guess, see a rougher life maybe, but I may send that off to circuit board medics and have them resolder it. It's way cheaper than buying a new one, and I can take it apart and ship it to them, have it back in a couple days. The service engine light is on due to a misfire, which I did at work put new plugs and wires in this thing. The plugs were the wires were decent, but it seems to have smoothed out a little bit. I put some NGK plugs in it. Oil pressure's good, drives great, transmission works. Everything on the inside other than the heated seats and the blend doors are working. So I don't think it's a terrible deal. I bought it for $2,200, guys. I know there's cheaper deals out there. Oh, the key fob doesn't want to work, which actually we may be able to, I may have a key fob. We may do that here in just a second. Let's go see if we've got one real quick. I actually have two key fobs. I've got that one we were going to use on Cohen's truck from Boost Auto. It looks like the newer Chevy truck ones. And then I have one like off of that one looks like one from a, I don't know, like 07 to what, 13, I think, body style. Let's set you guys up here if I can get my tripod to work on the bottom of my camera, and we'll see if we can get one of these programmed. Now, if you'll remember last time, I couldn't get this to work on Cohen's truck. Let's see if it'll work on this one. I don't think it's made for this one, but I think you put the key in, hold the unlock, on, off. Okay, they cycled. Let's see if it'll work. I don't think it's meant for this year, though. This one isn't. Be cool if it was. So I may not be happening. Yeah, that one's not working. Which it's supposed to be for like, I think 99 to 02. Let's try this one. Maybe it'll work. Sometimes it takes like 30 seconds of holding the lock and unlock button for them to program. That ain't gonna work either, is it? Bummer. Well, never mind. Not gonna happen. Nope, gotta have the right year ones. Those are the only ones I have in the drawer in there. I think I had the one for the 07 to 13 back when Cohen had the 6-cylinder truck, I think is where that one came from. I don't have any more in here. I'll have to order some off Amazon. They're pretty cheap. But so as far as plans, gonna lower it, gonna find a set of takeoff wheels, not trying to spend a ton of money on this. And this is gonna be something that I do a little bit at a time. I may lower the back one weekend, I may lower the front one weekend, I may try to do headlights, I may try to do, I don't know what else I want to do to the thing, honestly, right now. Fix some of the stuff that's broken. I'll bring you guys along with that, but it's going to be a daily driver. And the other thing I'd like to do is I thought about stickering the thing up. So putting the shop logo on the side, or TWA Motorsports on the side, and then putting like GM genuine parts, or some of the parts that I'm going to be using to lower it, maybe. I don't know. I do have springs already, like lowering springs for the back. I have the torsion keys off of the dually, which supposedly the half tons, if you put a 3/4 ton or a 2500 HD torsion bar key in a half ton, which that's what that is, it will lower it. It's almost like buying a lowering spring. A lot of people have done that in the past, so I may have some of the stuff already. So that would leave me only spindles and shocks and shock relocations for the back. I did have my alignment guy at work put it on the rack and make sure there was nothing going on in the front of it. It looks like it's never been aligned, but the tires are wearing all weird. The tires are junk on it. I don't know if you guys noticed that or if I got close enough, but it's gonna need tires, so I don't wanna just buy tires for those 18s. I'd rather put a set of like 20s or 22s on it just to make it look a little nicer. Get it down on the ground, lower it, tint the windows, and just drive it, guys. Clean it up a little bit, put some stickers on it, just make it look kind of cool. And like I said, if somebody comes along and wants to buy it, I may sell it. But for me, like I said, I like to tinker with stuff. It's fun to play with. I've got some of the parts out here, which would be kind of cool, and to bring you guys along to show you some content. That's really what it's all about. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the new ticking Tahoe. Let me know what you think of my nickname. Oh, I do want to talk about one thing before I end this video. If I can't get the tick out of that Tahoe and I decide to put a motor in it, here's what I'm thinking, and you guys are gonna think I'm absolutely bananas here, but I've always wished I'd have put a 6-liter in my green truck. So that kind of tells you where I'm going with that. I have a 6-liter that needs overhauled back here. Now, with that being said, if I do that, I want the 6-liter be turnkey ready before I do anything on the truck. So, meaning it's ready to go in. We unhook the 5.3 after pulling it out of the green truck and immediately go back in with the 6-liter. That is what I'm thinking I may do, because that is a good running 5.3 that I could put in the Tahoe, and it'd be pretty easy swaps, and I can be doing work off camera without knocking another 2 vehicles out of service. That's kind of my plan if I cannot get the lifter tick out of that thing. But anyway, like I said, guys, if you did enjoy this video, smash the thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed, go down and hit the subscribe, ring that bell notification. That will notify you every time we drop a new video here, and or on any of these vehicles for that matter, and stay tuned to see what we work on next.